Hey guys, Marstinkin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and it seems like we got some news here about a potential leak for Saiyan Day. So I saw this tweet posted. The crazy thing is, it was posted ages ago, and I didn't see anyone post the this reply thing until a few hours afterwards. And then it surprised me that no one else had got a video up like straight away. And unfortunately, I was at work, so I'm literally getting in and recording this straight away. So some other people might have started to report this now, but I thought I'd make a video on it so we could talk about it anyway. So I seriously posted these two tweets that you can see here. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Because he's one of the French data miners, like, I just kind of scrolled past it, and because I'm used to seeing people like him and Kawhi and some of the other people from the French community posting tweets in French, I didn't even stop to read it, like, to see that they weren't French words, they were just random letters. I just like scrolled past it in my timeline essentially. And so then shout out to Kerry, who posted this thing here. It's like a simple sort of code. So if you go back 3 steps in the alphabet for each letter, the first tweet says BROLY, and if you go 4 steps, the second tweet, the reply, says Saiyan Day. So it's kind of an interesting thing. I actually quite like this. Like, this kind of thing's cool, with like a little bit of a mystery for the community, rather than just straight up posting like a leak saying BROLY for Saiyan Day or something. And obviously I Seriously has done stuff like this before, although not necessarily as cryptic. Like, if you remember back when the global first STR-LR UI Goku was going to be announced, a day or so before we got the information, I Seriously tweeted out just a simple short gif of Beerus from the episode where Goku first appears as UI, where Beerus essentially just opens his eyes, and then the subtitle comes up at the bottom that says "He's coming," and that's when we then first saw UI Goku in Dragon Ball Super. So after posting that, obviously that's not quite as cryptic, like pretty much everybody guessed what that was supposed to mean straight away, but yeah, he didn't come out and just say it, whereas yeah, he's kind of done the same thing here, because even though in a way he did just come out and say it, he said it in a very interesting fashion, which has now been decoded. So the thing about this is, I Seriously, when he posts stuff like this, is like right, I'm pretty sure like 99% of the time. I was gonna say 95, but to be honest, off the top of my head, I can't think of the last time that he's posted something like this and it not be accurate to something that was going to come out. And obviously BROLY is something that people have been talking about for Saiyan Day. The popular candidates for speculation were BROLY, a God Goku. I think those are the 2 main ones really that I saw most people like sort of backing, like God Goku or BROLY. So a new BROLY potentially coming. At the end of the day, as like I said, as credible as I Seriously often is, I'm not going to say like 100% this is confirmed, but now at this point, don't be surprised if that's what comes out. So be interesting to see what kind of BROLY it's going to be, because I can't imagine it's going to be Dragon Ball Super BROLY, even though potentially it could be. And when we look at the various Z BROLY units, we only really have, I think it's the physical one is supposed to be from the first movie, yeah, because this art is from the first movie for the SSR. So the physical one is from the first BROLY movie, movie 8, BROLY the Legendary Super Saiyan, whereas the STR LR and the Tech LR are from movie 10. What's it actually called? Is it just BROLY's Return? I actually can't remember, but the one that ends, of course, with the family Kamehameha that the LR Gobros are from. So yeah, a Z BROLY would be pretty awesome from movie 8, because we don't have one other than this guy. He's decent with his EZA, and then of course, I mean, Goten and Trunks just came out on JP, and they are the Goten and Trunks from the Bio BROLY movie. So could you imagine if it was a Dokkan Fest Bio BROLY? I feel like they'd have to make him like easily, when we see his information, he's like clearly like top 3 units in the game for like anyone to even remotely care about summoning for him. Because like, I hate that movie, it's awful. I think most people are in the same kind of boat, like especially when it comes to Bio BROLY himself and his design. But I mean, if he's like you know, the second best unit in the game, then I'm still going to summon for him. So be interesting to see if if they do that, just thanks to the Goten and Trunks coming out. And I would be pretty confident in saying we're not going to see Super Saiyan 3 or Super Saiyan 4. Obviously heroes, potentially we could see like full power Super Saiyan 4 or like limit breaker Super Saiyan 4 Broly at some point, but I can't imagine that that is going to be the case for Saiyan Day this year. So obviously there's a couple of things that come up in determining what we think the unit is going to be, because the same name update is obviously something that's looming on the horizon, and a lot of people speculated that this big update for Global, which has essentially broken the game, was to prepare for whatever's coming for Saiyan Day, and potentially the same name system coming to Global early, or you know, like the same kind of time as JP, which would imply that the unit for Saiyan Day is going to be something that we already have multiple versions of. And obviously if we were going to redo a Z Broly, obviously they could do him starting from base form, because we only have like, you know, the SSR of LRs or like these kind of guys here for base form Broly. But with the same name update in place, I feel like it's more likely that we'll get like a newer version of this guy, where before going fully into the legendary Super Saiyan form, he sort of has almost like bluey green hair, because there's not a proper representation of that in Dokkan, because when he goes into his Super Saiyan form before going legendary Super Saiyan in the second movie, he obviously looks like the Tech 1 and the STR like TUR, where he looks like this with the proper like more sort of Super Saiyan look that we're used to seeing with the normal blonde hair and everything. So I think it'd be very interesting if we got a newer version of this Broly, who then has a transformation into legendary Super Saiyan, because I don't know if they'll do, because if they start him off in base, he has to transform into Super Saiyan and then transform into legendary Super Saiyan separately, so that involves having like a transformation and an active skill. And I mean, they've been doing a lot better lately, but we all know how interesting Akatsuki can be when it comes to designing the active skill requirements for some of their units. So the one thing I would hate to see is them bringing out like a crazy good Broly with amazing animations, and then he has like an active skill requirement that is incredibly difficult to get, or is one of those ones that's kind of themed around a specific mode, and then you're only really going to see it consistently in that game mode, and then you're not going to get to see it anywhere else. Because obviously if they finally do another Z Broly, because it's been a long time, because obviously Dragon Ball Super Broly has kind of been the focus of all the units over the last year or so, it would be a real shame for him to have these crazy like movie anime quality super attack effects and transformation cutscenes and stuff, and then you just don't really ever get to see them. It's obviously people's biggest complaint about the AGL LR Gohan, the fact that you basically never get to see him transform into Super Saiyan 2. So of course the other option, which I do really like, if you guys checked out the video I did where I asked the other Dokkan guys to make their custom celebrations, Goresh mentioned the thing that he's talked about on the podcast before as well, the idea of having a Paragus who exchanges into Broly, with the cutscene where he crushes him in the escape pod, which I think would be awesome to see in Dokkan. And obviously even with the same name update coming, this is something we did discuss briefly in the last podcast episode, but this means they don't have to do units like that who start off with a completely different name and then transform and exchange. Like, they don't need to do that anymore, because we're not going to be restricted by the same name thing. But I still think it would be cool if they did, because unless they do a Paragus who exchanges into Broly, we would never get to see that cutscene in the game, because what else would it be used for? It'd be kind of weird to have like a legendary Super Saiyan Broly who has an active skill where he just randomly crushes Paragus, and then what, he gets like an attack buff for the turn or something like that. That just seems really odd. Like, the only way we would see that in game is if it was going to be a Paragus exchanging into Broly. And obviously, like I said, they don't have to do that anymore with the same name update coming, but it would still be cool if they did, just to add that little bit of variety. So let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think it's going to be a Broly? Like I said, I seriously normally can be trusted with these kind of things. So if it is going to be a Broly, how would you like to see it implemented into the game? What do you think the new side banner unit would be? Because I guess if it's not going to be Paragus related, we could still get like a new Paragus. Imagine having a Paragus that's really good, like, you know, like the TN and Boo from the Worldwide Celebration. Imagine they make a Paragus but he's that, but for like pure Saiyans. He'd actually be really, really good. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.